Good morning, everybody. It's T Stitcher here. It's Sunday, July 26th, and I am here to do Sonia's The Joy of Cross Stitching tag. I have her questions on my iPad here. But before I get into that, I want to address some things that I think are really important in this community, and that is the negativity that has been going around, and the bullying and the people bashing. And I think it's really inappropriate, and it's really sad. You know, I'm trying to raise my girls to not bully and to not put up with bullies and to stand up to them. And when I see that in adults, it breaks my heart. I've had so many friends that have been affected by slandering and name calling, and it's just really childish and really sad. Do you want this cross-stitch community to be about that? It's not. It's about a passion of our craft. It's not about designers and which designers you like best and which dyers you like best. And we all have our own preferences. There's no need to be name-calling other cross-stitchers, other designers, other dyers, other needle makers. You don't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. And don't allow it to happen. Just put a stop to it. And think about what kind of person you want to be and what kind of reputation you want to have in the cross-stitch community. And stand up to bullies and don't let it happen. I know that Floss Tube has been absolutely great. I am astounded every day by the support that I personally get, and I thank you all for your kind words and your support and your uplifting words, and you're all great. But in other social medias, it makes my head hang in shame. So I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's really important that we stand up to the bullies that are name calling other people. It's not appropriate, and it's just don't go there. Got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's my piece on that. Good morning, Allison. Allison's sleeping on the couch. But I'm going to do Sonia's tag from catcrazycreations. Hi, Sonia. I'm so glad that I found you on YouTube. You are such a pleasure to watch, and I enjoy all of your videos, and thank you for joining our community. So, the joy of cross-stitching. How did you learn to stitch? How did I learn to stitch? I learned to stitch from my sister when I was, I think, 30 years old, 2007, and yeah, I went to go visit her in Saskatoon, and she taught me how to cross stitch, and I have been cross stitching ever since 2009, when I got pregnant with Allison, is when I started to stitch full time, like every day. And so from 2007 to 2009, I just did it occasionally. Have you taught anyone to stitch? I taught my other sister how to stitch. It helped her go through a rough time, but I don't think she does it now because I don't know if she has time for it or if she lost interest in it, but I did teach her to stitch, and she did finish one little piece. And she said that it did help her get through a difficult time in her life at that time. When you stitch, do you like to watch TV, listen to music, or just have quiet? I do all sorts of things. I stitch during the day. The kids have their cartoons or their movies on, or also have the music on. I also watch YouTube. I also watch FlossTube. And sometimes I watch movies with my husband in the evening. So I do. Depends on my mood. Depends what I'm doing. When you use a kit, which company or companies do you like best? I would say Dimensions. I hate Bucilla. They are a terrible kit, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. I did one, and sorting out the floss was an absolute nightmare. And I will not ever go there again. Dimensions is good. I like, yeah, I'll just say Dimensions. What are your favorite designs to stitch? Ooh, my favorite designs to stitch right now, I'm really loving Northern Expression Needleworks. I think Nicole is brilliant, and she's Canadian. Yeah. I'm amazed at what she does and how she designs it and the specialty stitches, and it continues to keep you growing and learning new things, and it pushes you, and in the end you have an amazingly beautiful piece of work. How do you get ideas or inspirations for your project? FlossTube, from you guys. And from the cross-stitch groups that we're all a part of, you know. I'm part of a few groups, few smaller groups. I've left the bigger groups because it just got to be too much. But I'm in a few smaller groups, and you guys are awesome. Things you stitch, oh my gosh. How do you store or keep your charts? I got a tickle trunk. It's actually my husband's, I don't know if it's his mom's or if it's his grandma's trunk, but I keep my stitching stuff in that, and I call it my tickle trunk. I don't have that much stash, not like some of you, wink wink, but most of my charts are on PDF form, and so they're on my computer and Dropbox. I have a couple of kits, that's it, and then the rest is fabric and threads. Oh, and then I have a thing here for threads. How do you stitch for yourself, or do you give to others? I stitch for myself, and I stitch for my family as in my children. I stitched a piece for my sister-in-law, a memorial piece. It was a picture of her partner, her late partner who passed away, and horses. And I'm stitching a piece for my mom, which is the white flower. And the rest of the pieces have been for me or my children. When you take your cross stitch in the car to appointments, how do you carry your supplies? I just have a little bag, and I just put my Q-snap in there and my threads and stuff, and I carry it in a bag. And I don't really take it too often. I mainly take my cross-stitching in the car when we go on long trips, because the short... Hi. Sorry, it got cut off. I had to erase some things off my camera. So I got cut off at when do you take your cross-stitch projects to appointments? Yeah, I just carry it in a bag. I got from Jamaica, actually. And I don't take it very often. I take it on our long trips, because our shorter trips, it tends to be too hectic in the car. And if anybody who travels with smaller children, 5 and under, they understand what I'm talking about, that it is not really a cross-stitching environment. But in longer trips, when the kids are settled and they're watching a movie, or they are playing, or they are coloring or whatever, then I cross-stitch during that time. And appointments, you can't cross-stitch when you're going to appointments because you got the kids and you just have to be watching them. So I mainly cross-stitch just at home. What do you enjoy most about cross-stitching? Cross-stitching is my therapy. It is my craft that I use to relax and calm down and de-stress from raising 3 young children and being at home with them all day. It can get quite stressful for myself, and I need something to help calm me down. I find it magical that you can take a thread and needle and a blank piece of fabric and create the things that we do. I think it's amazing, and I see some of the things that you guys create and it blows my mind away. And even some of the things that I have done myself, and it's not anything that I do because I'm just putting in the X. What I'm doing is I'm following the charts that the designers make. So that's a kudos to the designers and the things that they come up with and the way they put it together. It amazes me on a daily basis, the things that I see. But I enjoy it most because it is what calms me down, and it is what makes me a better person. So that is the last question. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to say please be kind to one another. And I'm going to thank you all for your continuous support and your love. And let's make this community a better place. Let's make our social media places a better place. And to be kind to one another and to treat each other with respect, whether you agree or disagree. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. I appreciate and love you all so much. Happy stitching and have a great week. Bye-bye.